Hey everybody, I apologize. I've been away for the day. I'm sure most of you guys are already in the know about all this. I'm sure you guys have already got your news from somebody regarding the newest field of specialists that are dying en masse. We've seen all of the scientific field pretty much decimated, right? Biologists, chemists, astronomers, all kinds of different people like that that were dying under very strange circumstances, whether it be um, uh, committing suicide that didn't make any sense, family members stating that they weren't suicidal. The suicide circumstances just didn't make any sense. The bankers dying en masse under even more stranger circumstances than that. Shooting yourself 2 times to the head, and all of a sudden you're declared, it's being declared that you committed suicide. And how come the family members aren't outraged? Why aren't they going, wait a minute, how could you possibly state that that was a freaking suicide? That's what I would be saying. How come we're not seeing more of these family members of these bankers step forward and go, wait a minute, something is not adding up here? Because I know that my son or my daughter died working in the banking industry, and there's tons of other bankers dying too under certain similar strange circumstances. That's what I would expect to be seeing, but we're not seeing that. Why? I have a theory, but I need to make contact with one of these families, at least one or two, because one of them might not talk. But hopefully, I get one of them to talk, because I have a theory. I'm not going to divulge what that theory is yet, but I want to find out something. But I want to report the newest field that is being, for all intents and purposes, is being decimated in at least one state. The holistic treatment doctors. State of Florida has had quite a few flurry of deaths here in the past couple of weeks, right? Very strange circumstances. What just someone breaks into somebody's house and attacks them for what appears to be no reason and kills them. You have five now, five, count them, five that have disappeared without a trace. Three of them in Mexico. I guess they were going down for some kind of vacation, and they disappeared. One of them was going to visit his son, and the truck and the trailer was on the side of the road, and no freaking no idea where the father went. The holistic doctor, right? So this guy right here, Dr. Gonzalez, makes number 7 in the deaths. Like I said, 5 have disappeared without a trace. But now with all of the other 6, a lot of them, the family members, this is getting interesting here, because where we were at with the bankers, we didn't see the family members really, raising, a lot of stink over the deaths, right? Like I stated, you would expect a parent or something to go, you know what, something's not right here. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and I am not going to stop until I get answers. And we would expect to see something like that. Well, that's going on with these holistic doctors. There are family members that are going, wait a minute, you know what? My loved one was not suicidal. This person died under very strange circumstances, which the officials are declaring that it was indeed a suicide when it doesn't look like it was a suicide at all, right? And this guy right here, and the only reason why I'm reporting this is a lot of those holistic doctors had run-ins with the federal government just weeks before they wound up dead. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, came knocking on their door, harassing them over their practice. And then they wind up dead. This guy right here, Nicholas Gonzalez, although on its face, it doesn't appear that he died under very strange circumstances, because the family seems to have just believes it was a cut and dry situation. He died of a heart attack, although they're stating that it's really crazy, because he was a holistic doctor. He was in great health, no problems with his heart, and it came on absolutely suddenly. It was absolutely sudden. So, what caused the heart attack, right? That is the question. But there's one other thing that makes this important on the report that I'm sharing with you. He did write a book. He did out the cancer industry. Dr. Gonzalez, the author of What Went Wrong, the truth behind the clinical trial of the enzyme treatment of cancer, where he blew the whistle on a concerted effort by the cancer industry to destroy evidence of readily available low cost cancer treatment protocol that could have saved thousands of lives a year. But of course, we already know that the powers that be and everybody in the industry who's up there, in the upper elite, they don't care about human lives. As a matter of fact, the more people that die off, the less that they have to get involved into depopulating, right? Isn't that about how it works? Well, some of these people are dying at the hands of some of these elite, and I wish we can get to this bottom of this here pretty darn quick. I'm going to be making some phone calls to some of these families and see if my theory holds any kind of water. If it does, I'll share with you what I think it is, and it has to do with blood. I'll talk to you more about this later. I'll leave you guys the links.